Ezekiel 31. And it came to be in the 11th year, in the 3rd month, on the 1st of the new moon, that the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, say to Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, and to his crowd, to whom are you to be compared in your greatness? See, Ashur was a cedar in Lebanon, beautiful branches and forest shade, and of high stature, and its top was among the thick foliage. The waters made him great. The deep gave it height, with its rivers running around its planting, and sent their channels to all the trees of the field. Therefore its height was lifted up above all the trees of the field, and its boughs were increased, and its branches became long because of many waters, as it sent them out. All the birds of the heavens made their nests in its boughs and under its branches. All the beasts of the field gave birth, and in its shadow all great nations dwelt. And it was beautiful in greatness and in the length of its branches, for its roots reached so many waters. Cedars in the garden of Elohim did not hide it. Fir trees were not like its boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like its branches. No tree in the garden of Elohim was as pretty as it. I made it beautiful by its many branches, so that all the trees of Eden, which were in the garden of Elohim, were jealous of it. Therefore, thus said the Master Yahweh, because you have increased in height, and it set its top among the thick foliage, and its heart was lifted up in its height, I give it into the hand of the mighty one of the nations, and he shall certainly deal with it. I have driven it out for its wrong. The strangers, the most ruthless of the nations, shall cut it down and leave it. Its branches shall fall on the mountains, and in all the valleys its boughs, lie broken by all the rivers of the land, and all the peoples of the earth shall come out from under its shadow and leave it. On its ruin shall dwell all the birds of the heavens, and all the beasts of the field shall be on its fallen branches, so that none of the trees by the waters would exalt themselves because of their height, nor set their tops amongst the thick foliage, and that no tree would drink waters. No tree would drink, which drinks water, would ever be high enough to reach up to them. For all of them shall be given up to death, to the depths of the earth, among the children of men who go down to the pit. Thus said the Master Yahweh, in the day when it is brought down to Sheol, I shall cause mourning. I shall cover the deep because of it, and hold back its streams, and many waters shall be confined. And I shall make Lebanon mourn for it, and all the trees of the field shall wither away because of it. I shall make the nations shake at the sound of its fall, when I bring it down to Sheol together with those who descend into the pit, and all the trees of Eden, the choice and best of Lebanon. All that drink water shall be comforted in the depths of the earth. They too shall go down to Sheol with it, with those slain by the sword, and those who were its strength shall dwell in its shadows among the nations. To whom are you to be compared in esteem and greatness among the trees in Eden? But you shall be brought down with the trees of Eden to the depths of the earth. Lie in the midst of the uncircumcised with those slain by the sword. This is Pharaoh and all his crowd, declares the Master Yahweh. 32. Excuse me. And it came to be in the 12th year, in the 12th new moon, on the first day of the new moon, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation for Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, and you shall say to him, You were like a young lion among the nations, and you are like a monster in the seas. And you burst forth in your rivers, and trouble the waters with your feet, and muddy their rivers. Thus said the Master Yahweh, and I shall spread my net over you with an assembly of many peoples, and they shall bring you up in my net, and I shall leave you on the land, hurl you out to the open fields, and make all the birds of the heavens dwell on you. And with you I shall satisfy the beasts of all the earth. And I shall put your flesh on the mountains, and fill the valleys with your height, and water the land with the flow of your blood unto the mountains, and let streams be filled with you. And when I extinguish you, I shall cover the heavens, and make its stars dark. I shall cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon shall not give her light. All the bright lights of the heavens I shall make dark over you, and I shall bring darkness upon your land, declares the Master Yahweh. And I shall trouble the hearts of many people when I bring your destruction among the nations into the lands which you have not known. And I shall make many peoples appalled at you, and their sovereigns shall be greatly afraid of you when I swing my sword before them, and they shall tremble continually, every man for his own life, in the day of your fall. For thus said the Master Yahweh, the sword of the sovereign of Babel shall come upon you, by the swords of the almighty men, by the swords of the mighty men, all of them, the ruthless ones of the nations. I shall make your host fall, and they shall ravage the arrogance of Mitzrayim, and all of its hosts shall be destroyed. And I shall destroy all its beasts from beside its great waters, and let the foot of man trouble them no more, nor let the hooves of beasts trouble them. Then I shall make their waters clear, and make their rivers run like oil, declares the Master Yahweh, when I lay the land of Mitzrayim waste, and the land shall be stripped of all that once filled it, when I have stricken all who dwell in it. Then they shall know that I am Yahweh. This is the lamentation, and they shall lament her. The daughters of the nations lament her. Excuse me. Wow. I don't know why I'm so tired. When I lay the land of Mitzrayim waste, and the land shall be stripped of all that once filled it, when I have stricken all who dwell in it, then they shall know that I am Yahweh. This is the lamentation, and they shall lament her. The daughters of the nations lament her. Over Mitzrayim and over her crowd they shall lament her, declares the Master Yahweh. And it came to be in the 12th year, on the 15th of the new moon, that the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, wait over the crowd of Mitzrayim, and send them down to the depths of the earth, her and the daughters of the mighty nations, with those going down to the pit. Are you more pleasant than others? Go down, be placed with the uncircumcised. In the midst of those slain, by the sword they fall. She shall be given to the sword, drawing her and all her crowds. The mightiest among the mighty, speak to him out of the midst of Sheol. Give me. With those who help him, they have gone down, they lie with the uncircumcised, slain by the sword. Ashur is there, and all her assembly with her. Ashur is there, and all her assembly with their burial sites all around her, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, whose burial sites are set in the sides of the pit, and her assembly is all around her burial place, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, because they instilled fear in the land of the living. There is Eliam, there is Elam, and all her crowd around her burial place, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, who have gone down uncircumcised to the lower parts of the earth, because they instilled fear in the land of the living, and they bear their shame with those going down to the pit. They have set her bed in the midst of the slain, with all her crowd, with her burial site all around it, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, for the fear they instilled in the land of the living. So they bear their shame with those going down to the pit. In the midst of the slain they have been placed. There are Meshech and Tubal and all her crowd, with all their burial sites around it, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, because they instilled fear in the land of the living. They shall not lie with the mighty who are fallen, of the uncircumcised who have gone down to Sheol with their battle gear, and whose swords are laid under their heads, but their crookednesses are on their bones, because of the fear of the mighty in the land of the living. And you shall be broken in the midst of the uncircumcised, and lie with those slain by the sword. There is Edom, her sovereigns, and all her princes, who shall be given up in their might. With those slain by the sword, with the uncircumcised they lie, and with those going down to the pit. There are the princes to the north, all of them, and all the Sidonians, who have gone down with the slain, because of the fear they instilled. They are ashamed of their might, and they lie uncircumcised with those slain by the sword, and bear their shame with those going to the pit. Pharaoh and all his army shall see them, and he shall be comforted for all his host that were slain by the sword, declares the Master Yahweh. For I have put a fear of him in the land of the living, yet he shall be placed in the midst of the uncircumcised with those slain by the sword. Pharaoh and all his host, declares the Master. Declares the Master Yahweh. Chapter 33. I do not know what is going on right now. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of your people, and you shall say to them, when I bring the sword upon a land, and the people of the land shall take a man from their borders, and shall make him their watchman, and he sees the sword coming upon the land, and shall blow with the shofar, and shall warn the people, then whoever shall hear the voice of the shofar, and shall not take warning, if the sword comes and takes him away, his blood is on his own head. He heard the voice of the shofar, but he did not take warning. His blood is on himself. But he who takes warning shall deliver his being. But if the watchman sees the sword coming, and shall not blow with the shofar, and the people shall not be warned, and the sword comes and takes any being from among them, he is taken away in his crookedness, and his blood I require at the watchman's hands. And you, son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel, and you shall hear a word from my mouth, and you shall warn them for me. When I say to the wrong, O wrong one, you shall certainly die, and you have not spoken to warn the wrong from his way, that wrong one shall die in his crookedness, and his blood I require at your hand. But when you have warned the wrong to turn away, I just lost my place. When I say to the wrong, O wrong one, you shall certainly die, and you've not spoken to warn the wrong one from his way, that wrong one shall die in his crookedness, and his blood I require at your hand. But when you have warned the wrong to turn from his way, and he has not turned from his way, he shall die in his crookedness, but you have delivered your being. And you, O son of man, Say to the house of Israel, this is what you have said. If our transgressions and our sins lie upon us, and we pine away in them, how then shall we live? Say to them, as I live, declares the Master Yahweh, I have no pleasure in the death of the wrong, but that the wrong turn from his way and live. Turn back. Turn back from your evil ways. For why should you die, O house of Israel? And you, O son of man, say to the children of your people, the righteousness of the righteous man shall not deliver him in the day of his transgression. And as for the wrongness of the wrong, he shall not stumble because of it in the day that he turns from his wrong, and the righteous shall not be able to live because of his righteousness in the day that he sins. When I say to the righteous that he shall live, and he has trusted in his righteousness, and shall do unrighteousness, none of his righteousness shall be remembered. But because of his unrighteousness that he has done, he shall die. Again, when I say to the wrong, you shall certainly die, if he turns from his sin, if he turns from his sin and does right and righteousness, if the wrong restores the pledge, gives back what he has stolen, and walks in the laws of life without doing crookedness, he shall certainly live. He shall not die. None of his sins which he has committed shall be remembered against him. He has done right, and righteousness he shall certainly live. And the children of your people have said, the way of Yahweh is not fair, but it is their way which is not fair. When the righteous turns from his righteousness and does unrighteousness, he shall die because of it. But when the wrong turns from his wrongness and does right and righteousness, he shall live because of it. And you have said, the way of Yahweh is not fair. You have said the way of Yahweh is not fair, O house of Israel. I shall judge every one of you according to his own ways. And it came to be in the 12th year of our exile, in the 10th month, on the 5th of the new moon, that one who had escaped from Jerusalem came to me and said, the city has been stricken. And the hand of Yahweh came upon me the evening before the man came who had escaped, and he had opened my mouth before he came to me in the morning, and my mouth was opened, and I was no longer silent. Then the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, they who inhabit those ruins in the land of Israel are saying, Abraham was only one, and he inherited the land, but we are many. Let the land be given to us as a possession. Therefore say to them, thus said the Master Yahweh, you eat meat with blood, and you lift up your eyes towards your idols, and shed blood. Should you then possess the land? You depend on your sword, and you commit abominations, and each of you defiles his neighbor's wife. Should you then possess the land? Say this to them, thus said the Master Yahweh, as I live, those who are in the ruins shall fall by the sword, and the one who is in the open field I shall give to the beasts to be devoured, and those who are in the strongholds and caves shall die of the pestilence. And I shall make the land a desert and a waste, the arrogance of their strength. I shall make the land a desert. Say to them, Thus said the Master Yahweh, as I live, those who are in the ruins shall fall by the sword, and the one who is in the open field shall give to the beasts to be devoured, and those who are in the strongholds and caves shall die of the pestilence. And I shall make the land a desert and a waste. The arrogance of their strength shall cease, and the mountain of Israel shall be a waste, with none passing through. And they shall know that I am Yahweh, when I have made the land a desert and a waste because of all their abominations which they have done. As for you, son of man, the children of your people are talking about you beside the walls and in the doors of the houses, and they speak to each other, each saying to his brother, please come and hear what the world is that comes from Yahweh, what the word is that comes from Yahweh. And they come to you as people do, and they sit before you as my people, and they hear your words, but they do not do them, for with their mouth they show much love. Their hearts pursue their greedy gain. And see, you are to them as a very lovely song of one who is beautiful, who has a beautiful voice, and playing well on an instrument. And they hear your words, but they do not do them. And when it comes, see, it shall come. Then they shall know that a prophet has been in their midst. 34. I need some coffee. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say to them, Thus said the Master Yahweh to the shepherds, Woe to the shepherds of Israel, who have been feeding themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flock? You eat the fat, and you put on the wool. You slaughter the fatlings, you do not feed the flock. You have not strengthened the weak, nor have you healed the sick, nor bound up the broken, nor brought back the straying, nor sought what was lost. But you have ruled them with might and harshness, and they were scattered because there was no shepherd. And they became food for all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and on every high hill, and my sheep were scattered over all the face of the earth, and no one was seeking or searching for them. Therefore, you, shepherds, hear the words of Yahweh. As I live, declares the Master Yahweh, because my flock became a prey, and my flock became food for every beast of the field, from not having a shepherd, and my shepherds did not search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and did not feed my flock. Therefore, O shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus said the Master Yahweh, See, I am against the shepherds, and I shall require my flock at their hand, and shall make them cease feeding the sheep, and the shepherds shall feed themselves no more. And I shall deliver my flock from their mouths, and they shall no longer be food for them. For thus said the Master Yahweh, See, I myself shall search for my sheep, and seek them out, as a shepherd seeks out his flock on the day he is among the scattered sheep. So I shall seek out my sheep and deliver them from all the places where they were scattered in the day of cloud and thick darkness. And I shall bring them out from the peoples, and gather them from the lands, and shall bring them to their own land. And I shall feed them on the mountains of Israel, in the valleys, and in all the dwellings of the land. In good pasture I shall feed them, and their fold shall be on the high mountains of Israel. They shall lie there in the good fold, and feed in rich pasture on the mountains of Israel. I shall feed my flock, and make them lie down, declares the Master Yahweh. I shall seek out the lost, and bring back the strayed. I shall bind up the broken, and strengthen what was sick. But the fat and the strong I shall destroy. I shall feed them with right ruling. As for you, O my flock, thus said the Master Yahweh, See, I am judging between sheep and sheep, between ram and goats. Is it not enough for you to have eaten up the good pasture, and the rest of your pasture you trample with your feet, or that you should drink of the clear waters, and the rest you muddy with your feet? And as for my flock, they eat what you have trampled with your feet, and they drink what you have muddied with your feet. Therefore, thus said the Master Yahweh to them, see, I myself shall judge between fat and lean sheep, because you have pushed with flank and shoulder, and thrust at all the weak ones with your horns, and scattered them abroad. Therefore I shall save my flock, and let them no longer be a prey. And I shall judge between sheep and sheep, and I shall raise up over them one shepherd, my servant David, and he shall feed them. He shall feed them and be their shepherd. And I, Yahweh, shall be their Elohim, and my servant David, a prince in their midst. I, Yahweh, have spoken, and I shall make a covenant of peace with them, and make evil beasts cease from the land, and they shall dwell safely in the wilderness, and sleep in the forest. And I shall make them and the places all around my hill a blessing, and shall cause showers to come down in their season. Showers of blessing they are. And the trees of the field shall yield their fruit, and the earth yield her increase, and they shall be safe in their land. And they shall know that I am Yahweh when I have broken the bars of their yoke, and I shall deliver them from the hand of those who enslave them. And they shall no longer be a prey for the nations, and the beasts of the earth shall not devour them. And they shall dwell safely with no one to make them afraid. And I shall raise up for them a planting place of name. And they shall no longer be consumed by hunger in the land, nor bear the shame of the nations any more. And they shall know that I, Yahweh, their Elohim, am with them, and that they, the house of Israel, are my people, declares the Master Yahweh. And you, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your Elohim, declares the Master Yahweh. 35. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. And you shall say to it, Thus said the Master Yahweh, See, O Mount Seir, I am against you, and shall stretch out my hand against you, and shall make you a ruin and a waste. Your cities I destroy, and let you be a ruin. And you shall know that I am Yahweh, because you have had continuous enmity, and handed the children of Israel over to the power of the sword at the time of their calamity, at the time of the crookedness of the end. Therefore, as I live, declares the Master Yahweh, I shall appoint you for blood, and let blood pursue you. Since you did not hate blood, therefore blood shall pursue you. And I shall make Mount Seir a ruin and a waste, and cut off from it the one who leaves and the one who returns, and shall fill its mountains with the slain, those slain by the sword falling on your hills, and in your valleys, and in all your ravines. I shall make you an everlasting ruin, and your cities uninhabited, and you shall know that I am Yahweh, because you have said, These two nations and these two hands are mine, and we shall possess them, although Yahweh was there. Therefore, as I live, declares the Master Yahweh, I shall do according to your displeasure, and according to your envy, which you showed in your hatred against them. And I shall make myself known among them when I judge you, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. I have heard all your scorns, which you have spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid waste. They were given to us for food. And with your mouth you have boasted against me, and increased your words against me. I myself have heard. Thus said the Master Yahweh, as all the earth is rejoicing, I shall make you a ruin. As you rejoiced, because the inheritance of the house of Israel was laid waste, so I do to you. Be a ruin, O Mount Seir, as well as all of Edom, all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahweh.